All right. Oh, let's see how well this works. Testing, testing. All right, let me pull up the chat, guys. All right. So, I'm gonna give it a few minutes before I really get into it. I've got some new studio equipment, and hopefully it's gonna alleviate some of the problems that I've always had with some of my existing equipment, including some of these guys. So hopefully this works, and it'll alleviate a lot of problems. This echo problem that I've had for a long time has been just a absolute pain. Global Dental, how you doing, man? This is an unannounced live stream because I have been so incredibly busy traveling, business meetings, speeches, new equipment, new business partnerships. Just these last couple weeks have been insane. So I was in Colorado, I was over in Atlanta. I've been all over the place. So, but yeah, so I'm going to change out my studio console, which was allowing me to adjust a lot of my Jimmy, thanks, man. So right now I have Rode wireless Go2s routed straight into the PC, and they're completely bypassing my studio mixer. And the studio mixer allows me to do a lot of options, and right now it's just not hooked up. You know, I can even do call-in. Like if somebody wants to call in, call my cell phone, I can put you live on a live stream, and you know, we could talk. We could take questions that way, all sorts of stuff. However, this the system that I have over here is an absolute nightmare. Ever since I first set it up, it's got some reverb that is like on by default, and you have to push buttons to shut it off. It's so weird. So I just decided, let's just get rid of it, and let's expand into something that is a wee bit better. So let's see. I'm going to see if I can move some of these tables around. I've been reseating tables. You guys can see I've now got a 3D printer on hand back there. There's been a lot of stuff that's going on, guys. I couldn't even tell you. And to be honest, I'm a little exhausted, but the reason I'm doing a live stream today is because it's way easier to do a live stream and cover a lot of this material than to do 4 or 5 separate videos. That's just it. It's laziness. But with a live stream, you know, I can also answer questions and stuff. So I'm gonna install some new studio gear live on the air, and hopefully it doesn't go crazy. So I do have a lot of existing studio gear. There we go. So the Rode wireless Go2s, there's 2 microphones and 1 receiver. And you can see the receivers over here connected to my computer currently. And that is the cleanest setup that you can get, but it doesn't allow you to do anything else. No audio transitions, no back. Well, I can do a backup recording because these guys can record internally, but I kind of would like to do a live mix. And what that means is a live mix would be me sitting here doing a recording, let's say a teardown or something, and I can do a live mix with the mixer, you know, mixing music. Like when I'm talking, the music dies down. When I stop talking, the music comes back in. It can do a lot of that stuff, and it makes for a much better production quality. And also, I've got like this boom mic right here that is an XLR mic, and I wanted to use it for a long time, you know, because if I'm sitting here doing this kind of stuff, even though the audio is coming in clean, I still kind of think that that microphone gives a little bit of freedom compared to even these. But Global Dental says, "Dear friend, I'm glad for the opportunity to communicate with you. Thank you for making a video about the repair equipment." Well, thanks, man. So I'm going to be doing way more teardown videos, and that's one of the reasons why I am getting the studio set up proper, and I'm investing into it. So I'll show you guys some of my microphones and why I need the system that I do. Okay, I'm going to keep this one off to this side because they're matched pairs. So I have two Rode Go-To sets. So that's two receivers and four microphones. Technically, I could hook four people up in two stereo channels. Okay, so two stereo channels, four microphones, plus I got this microphone right here, so I could put technically 5 people or more with a mixer. But currently, I can only set up 2 microphones at a time, which is fine for what I'm doing here. But I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff coming up on the road. And when I'm on the road, I'm going to be having multiple people mic'd up, and I need to be able to control it. And I'm a big fan of backup recordings. So like here's a digital audio recorder. So these record internally. Then I usually have these receivers plugged into this guy. And then I'll also have my phone plugged in and recording. So I'll usually have like 3 audio sources recording at a time. But with the new mixer that I have over here behind me, I can record internally, both a wet and a dry version. And the wet and dry version means that with the mixings and with the customizations, and then the dry version is just raw audio, like each microphone is recorded without any special effects or anything, you know. So there's a lot of stuff that I can do. And anyway, let me go ahead and pile these back over here. Because the goal is, by the end of this video, I want to have 4 microphones running, no problem, plus my Bluetooth, so I can like have people call in and whatnot. That would be cool. Oh my gosh. It is like 100 and some degrees here in Texas, guys. It is one warm day. It's been a warm month. What am I talking about? So this right here is my existing mixer. It's a Mono, whatever you might call it. And it's got some advantages. It's a battery-powered mixer, which is kind of huge because if I wanted to go out in the field, if I wanted to go and do a production in the field with, let's say, my telephone and this mixer, I would just hook a C channel up here to here, and now I can mix my phone's audio with this. That stuff would be pretty cool. This reverb right down here has never really worked right. It's so annoying. And there's a little bit of delay, and that is the most annoying thing in the world, to have delay. So that's why I'm stepping up the cost of the hardware so that we can do better. I am in Katy, Texas. It's West Houston. That's where Katy is. Beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful places in the entire country that I've been to. Katy. It's wonderful. It's just August is a little bit hot. Just a little. All right, so on this guy right here, let's see, come on, disconnect. Jesus, that's tight. All right, so this guy here only has 2 inputs, technically. It's got a mic 1 and it's got a mic 2, which is a mini jack right there, right? So it's a 3.5, and this one here is a phono/XLR jack. That's fine. It means I have to have some, custom cabling and stuff. But the microphones have never worked properly, and maybe that is ignorance. Maybe. However, I don't think so. I don't think so. The fact that I always have to adjust the reverb, I shouldn't even have it on. There should be like a hard switch to shut it off. Just shut it off. Why even have reverb on? It's so select times that you're ever going to use it. But anyway, I'm looking for something that's definitely got more inputs and outputs, because I'm going to control my entire production between the Streamcaster right here, this Stream Deck, and my audio control panel. And between that, I'm going to be able to switch between the computer, my telephone, between my microphones, and monitoring headsets. And that's how it's going to be when it's here. When we're out on the road, it's going to have a different profile. So Jimmy, you said you just moved to Austin. Austin is okay. There's a lot of druggies over there, and there's a lot of crime that's happening over in Austin. We don't have a lot of that over here in Katy. So, and I prefer to keep it that way. Austin's got a bunch of fruitcakes. So, sorry, man. Just is what it is. So anyway, guys, this guy here, the cool thing about these audio decks is when you connect them to a computer. See, that's the other weird thing. So weird. It's got a DC 5 in to charge it and to power it. Then it's got a USB-C. They are two different connections. So if I have this guy plugged into my powered USB port over there, I have a giant power bank over there. It still won't charge it. It's so annoying. So I have to have two different C cables, which you see right here. One of them to the PC. But the cool thing is, when you connect one of these mixers to a PC, then it becomes the sound card for the PC. Okay? I see what you're saying, guys. Your echo. Another annoying thing is that for some weird reason, my computer likes enabling other microphones. Like right here, this camera right here. Why does it keep enabling those? I disable those all the time. And I come in here and it's enabled. I blame it on Windows Update. Like even my video drivers aren't the same. As soon as I boot it up, it says your NVIDIA drivers are no longer the primary drivers. They were replaced during Microsoft Update. I don't want to replace the drivers, okay? For an inferior driver. I want the NVIDIA driver that I put on there. So this is why I disable my updates on all my computers, is because every single time you show up to your computer, needs to install an update, or it's messed with something. Like this guy here obviously has some sort of new driver because it shouldn't have been active. Why was it active? God, I hate Windows. I hate Windows with a passion, especially Windows 11. All right, guys. So that is the Minnow, and this is the what device is this? This is the podcast console, AME2. Nothing but a giant disappointment. So I'm going to put it back, and let's see. That means I'm also going to get my USB-C cable, because I have something extremely special to put in its stead. All right, there we go. Beauty. See, I keep all the boxes to all my hardware. You guys can't see. I keep all the boxes to all my hardware because you never know. I keep them in storage, etc. I guess I'm a pack rat like that sometimes. But when you trade out hardware, even reasonably frequently, it makes it so nice. So easy to resell things. Alright, so that is this bad boy. Oh, shoot. I'm forgetting all its literature. Alright, let's pull up the big guy, the new one. Oh, this should be beautiful. I'm hopefully going from a headache to alleviation. Alright. Wow. I'm going to have to switch my camera angles. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to XLR connectors. And there's a reason for that. Because when you use the 3.5 millimeters, a lot of audio systems will put you through a different preamp than if you use the XLRs. So I would rather use an XLR and use the amp that's inside the mixer. So that's why I've got the 3.5 millimeter cable to XLR. Those should work out nice. So as I said earlier, I can hook up two receivers. Each microphone is a mono channel, so two receivers. Each receiver has stereo, so that's two receivers is 4 microphones, and that should make my life a little bit easier. I hope so. Okay. All right, well, let's move this guy and show you what I'm working with now. Sorry if the camera's gonna move around, guys. That's the life of audio products. Audio and video. Everything's gotta be moving around. All right, hold on. Let me switch this. And just like that, just like that, we have a green screen. Oh, jeez. Okay, so, well, I guess that kind of takes the cat out of the bag. So I'm switching my old console for this guy here. This is the DLZ Creator. There are so many reasons to switch to this guy. Having individual faders for your microphones. The other one technically had that, but you could only fade the mics and not your line ins. Why would you not have your line ins on faders? And faders, by the way, they're just basically slide resistors. They're just a means of altering the levels. It's really as simple as it gets. Let's see, what's the easiest way to open this bad boy? I see tape on the box, and when you see tape on the box, that's never a good sign. I hope this wasn't somebody's return or something. All right. All right. Oh, looks clean. Oh, nice. Wow, this is definitely going to take up some desk space, though. For sure. Oh, she is a big one, too. Okay. All right. Let me get you out of the bag. Yeah. It's in a completely sealed bag. That's new. I think these are made over in the UK. Not really sure. Somebody might want to correct me on that. But these mixers right here by Mackie. The Mackie DLZ Creator. Okay. Well, if it looks like it's huge, it's because it is, guys. So it has basically a touchpad on it. And that allows me to control everything with touch or with dials. And you can preset it up so that you can have your faders all set to your particular levels. And you can customize what fader goes to what, which is cool. You're not set with anything. So with one configuration, I might have it set up for, let's say, an XLR mic and then maybe some guest microphones. I might also have like a portable microphone, because if a device is making a weird noise or something, if I'm troubleshooting going forward, I'm thinking about miking up the equipment so that you guys can really experience what I'm experiencing. So if something doesn't sound right, I can keep my microphone on and then I can mic the equipment so that you guys can hear exactly what's going on, because audio is an important piece of troubleshooting. Like if a device is making a weird noise, it's definitely it's definitely a big factor. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to so I can hear the echo after you switch to top-down view. Yeah. Hold on. Make sure it didn't activate any more mics. I don't have any more echo, do I, guys? Hopefully I got rid of it all. Okay. Oh, Bearded Biomed joins in. Oh boy. So Bearded Biomed, Mr. Chase, he is a connoisseur of fine electronics as well, and he's got the Rode Caster 2, I believe, and that is the only competition to this one, and they do a lot of the same functionality. Realistically, this one here has got a touchpad, so I might be able to switch between some features a little bit quicker, but that's okay. Maybe you can mount it to a desk arm. You know, so I've got this microphone on a desk arm. Then I've got this one. We will see going forward if I'm going to use that XLR. A lot of this is for when I'm in the field. And here we can go over why. So notice I've got 4 XLR inputs, which I can assign to faders, so that we can adjust every single input itself. And as I already said, I've got these cables right here, which can go to an entire receiver. So there could be 2 microphones, here could be 2 microphones. Technically, I could have 8 people mic'd into one console, technically. That's all on mono channels, which your microphones are almost always going to be a mono channel anyway. And it's also got monitoring headphones, which is a huge plus, guys. I just absolutely love being able to monitor. The last system had a delay. And I don't know if you guys have ever talked into a microphone and heard a delay, heard your own voice coming back at you, like through headphones. It is the most disruptive thing I could ever imagine. It shocked me because when I did the Amy show, when they first did the mic check and they set me up with a massive delay. So I'd say, hello and welcome back. And then I'd get to the welcome back and I'd start hearing the hello, you know, so there was that much of a delay in my audio channel. And I might as well just took that earpiece off and threw it behind me, because I could have done it so much better without that delay, because your brain does not think that way. Your brain hears your audio coming from your mouth and you press on to the next thing. But if it hears anything else, your brain just naturally wants to pause, and it's almost impossible to get past that. So guys, hopefully the delay on this guy's going to be minimal. So I got 4 audio channels here. I've got 2 audio channel inputs here. So technically I have one. If I ran mono mics to each of these, I could do 8 plus 2 here if I really wanted to, or if I just stick with regular XLR mics like this, just 4 mics. Headphones, I can do 4. My PC out, so this will become like the sound card for my PC. That's going to be good. And this guy right here is audio input from telephones and stuff. Sorry guys, jeez, not even in frame. Normally this guy is like over here. I'm so not used to it. So anyway, 4 mics, audio out for my monitoring speakers. I might hook those up. We'll see. Here's one of the cool features. It records to SD cards. So not only can you record your raw audio, you can record your mix at the same exact time, which is huge. That is so huge, because sometimes you want to back up. Let's say I even have a meeting with somebody here, because I do a lot of meetings here in this office, this garage. When you're doing a meeting with somebody, sometimes I was like, man, I really wish I would have kept that audio file, because I've had some cool people that I just talked to just like this, and I just lose that opportunity. Now I can record anything that I talk in here, and then, you know, I can pull it up at my leisure, you know, for whatever I need. So anyway, that's pretty much the I/O. I've got an 18 volt, Jesus, 18 volt 1.5 amp DC in. Jeez, that's a chunker. The reason it's probably got that massive 18 volts is also because it has 80 dB of gain, which 80 decibels of gain means that you can power almost any microphone imaginable with this unit, which is insane. See the Onyx 80 micro preamps? That's incredible. So a lot of you guys that are not used to audio equipment, one of the things that you should be aware of is that microphones come in a variety of different types. And if you get the wrong type, you're going to need a microphone preamp. So you have to go microphone to the preamp to your audio mixer, because the audio mixer, a lot of them just aren't powerful enough to make a meaningful audio signal from your microphone. There's also something called phantom power. And phantom power is when your microphone takes like 48 volts to power itself. And most mixers will use a step-up transformer to get that power. And this one here pulling in 18 volts compared to the other ones pulling in like 5 volts. I mean, the last one I had up here was powered with a USB-C, which could be technically 18, 19 volts. But it was probably 5 volts more than likely. And it's just stepping up that power. So that means its preamp is not going to be that good. It's not going to be that loud, more than likely not. So that's what we're doing here, guys. I've got all new stuff. This is probably the power brick, right? Right. Oh yes, nothing better than another power cord, right guys? And what's this? USB 2.0 to USB-C. All right, don't really need that. So over the last month, the amount that I have put into this with the powered USB, because right now I've got 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3, with the possibility of a 4th camera. It sucks the USB. Yeah, I do have 4 cameras. Yeah, because I've got the 4th one is my mobile camera. So I can move that around, show you guys what's going on. I should actually have it hooked up right now, but I haven't unpacked it from the last show I went to, and it's right down here in its case. So my Canon, which has been my Canon's been my champion of a camera. Yeah, this one right here is the camera that I take to shows, and it's a beauty. It's an absolute champ. Beautiful quality. So now when it's mated up with this guy, it's a mobile camera. Like, I can put it on a little tripod. I can position it next to equipment while I'm repairing, so you can see step by step everything I'm doing, and you'll have a live audio and video signal coming through. So the goal is to change the way that you guys experience teardowns and repairs. I want to do a lot more repairs. I do so many just day to day here in my shop, and most of them will never go on video. Just never will. So I want to change that up. And anyway, so that's the goal, is to improve the audio quality and obviously the video with the extra cameras and stuff, and get you guys a better production, because every single thing that I repair that's not recorded, I consider that a lost opportunity. So that's what I feel. San Antonio's pretty spicy. San Antonio's pretty nice, man. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm too much of a tourist when I go down there. I like it. I dig it. Catherine, how you doing, man? Christopher Howard, good evening, sir. So yeah, I definitely got some new toys. Remember the last NTX Biomed me we did get, oh my gosh. Chase is bringing up some, yes, Chase, I completely agree. And that's why I wanted to get the set, is because using the XLR patched into this guy, so literally just this guy here plugs into here, and I turn this guy on, it's battery powered, plugs into an XLR. Now I have 2 microphones that are just matched up perfectly, and I don't have to worry about anything else. Like, I want everything to pack in one little box. Unpack the box, and there's our audio setup. We're good to go. A lot of other biomeds have shown interest in doing some panels. So that would be like a group of us guys turning on our cameras, and you know, we answer questions and stuff from around the world, or we give you guys the latest and greatest news on what's been going on, because a few of the guys that are going to be here talking on some of these panels, they're the guys that are in the know. So if there's anything that's been going on legally or in the medical equipment repair world, these guys are going to know. So definitely looking forward to it. Obviously, one of the things that I got to do is get my audio set up. Oh, geez. What a champ. Oh, here we go. All right, so let's see. So I spent the last hour of my time trying to clean up my desk right here because I'm a firm believer that your work conditions say a lot about you as a tech, and just I don't feel like I've always lived up to the level that you guys probably should have. So I've spent thousands of dollars to get my shop looking a little more professional. Let's see. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to set up is going to be my XLR mic right here. I'm going to go ahead and put him on channel 1 because he's probably going to live there for a while. And here's my USB-C for the computer. I don't know about you guys, but man, USB-C has just made my life so much better. Let's go ahead and switch from the top down. All right, here we go. It is what it is, guys. All right, that gives you a reasonably good view of my production area. So I could move this table out of my way. Oh, so I've been meaning to do some giveaways, guys. I have so many items to give away. I've got some meters and stuff that are fresh. You know, I've done my review videos on them, and now it is time for them to find a new home. I've got a bunch of stuff like that. So hopefully this will kind of finish out what I got to do in my studio, and then I can start doing some recordings. I've got, geez, I think I have 6 videos that are in different levels of production. So that means that that's 6 different videos that I have to like release to you guys yet. Okay. Well, let's see. What if I shut that one off? There we go. Okay. So just on, oh, well, shit, it's powering up on its own. Okay. Do I have standoff feet? All right, no standoff feet, so it's gonna sit flat like that, probably over here in the corner. This guy here sits here. So if you guys have ever heard of the Stream Deck and some of the stuff that it can do, man, that you can actually use a Stream Deck from day-to-day computer operations, because this guy, you can set up macros, which means you can tell it to do certain things. So if I hit this button, I want it to open up like Microsoft Excel, and I can hit this button and it can like grab all my downloads or something and move them to a different folder. You can actually set up macros with this guy, and there's so many different things. Like you can swipe, and you got more functions than this. I'm only using 8, but you can set it up so that there's 2 or 3 different screens. This is like one screen. You can set up for like 12 or so different options. I just use this. It's got all my audio set up right here. So I can control my faders from my mic, which I won't even have to do because this guy's gonna be up. So right off the bat, you guys can see that it boots up and it's not sitting flat, because why would it? Boy, that's gonna annoy me. Okay, so let's see. We have our overview, mic 1. I think I should just go into settings and let's change the mode. Well, we'll set up for easy. Oh, you guys can't really see that too well. Okay. Well, so it's easy, enhanced, and pro mode. And you can do the setup assistant, which walks you through step by step, which is pretty huge, because I don't know about you guys, but if you don't know the name of every single little connector and stuff, audio is one of the most intense and most technical areas of tech that you can get. Everything's got like a brand name and stuff. Let's see, hold on. Okay, so there's one of my XLRs. Let's do easy. And this, let's see if it lets me do it since I got a C plugged in. I don't know if it's gonna be too happy with that. So since it's got a C plugged in, it wants to use this as a sound card for the computer. And I don't know if it's gonna like that. So you brought up a very good point down there. So what is it? Citric, CTRJC. Can I be part of your International Biomed Society? Yes, you can. That is the international part of it. So what I'm going to try and do is try to make everybody a piece of this. So the reason that we have an International Biomed Society is because your voice is only so big and my voice is only so big. And believe it or not, you guys probably know very little about what's going on over here in the United States, and very few people in the United States know what's going on over in Europe, over in Australia, down in South America. People over here are just, I don't want to say that they're ignorant, but I'm trying to bring everybody together in one place where we can talk, and we can have a voice together. So if we over here are going to be fighting for something, or if we've got problems on equipment over here, I want to be able to post it out there in the society and be like, hey guys, this is something that we found as a problem. Just so that you guys can all be aware. Maybe check your own equipment, all right? But Bearded Biomed says, enjoy the gear. Touch base soon. Thanks, man. Take care, bud. And I'll tell you what, I just talked to Dustin earlier today, and he wants to do the joint podcast, so that is going to happen. Let's see if this camera here blows out the white balance. I don't know if that's annoying you guys or not, but it definitely annoys me. My shop, while it's bright, it's not that bright. Jeez. How about that? Does it compensate? Yeah, maybe a little better. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch it back over, and let's set up this audio and video and see if we can get some mics up and going. All right, let's do. I need to adjust this guy too because my buttons are now different than what I would have set it up over table. All right. So on easy mode, it eliminates a lot of my options, but that's okay because I probably don't want all those options. Let's see, overview. So now we can set up channels. And let's set up this XLR mic right here, right? Oh, here it is, you guys. So this is an XLR mic. You can see the XLR cable that's plugged into it. And here it is. Okay. Can you guys still hear me, by the way? Because I just plugged in a second audio source, and that probably would get messed up. So let's see. Preset. Let's do a condenser microphone. This is kind of cool. You can relabel your ports. There we go. So I'm going to call it main XLR. So that's going to be my main microphone. And let's see. We can select the color. Heck yeah. Let's go blue. I dig it. There we go. All right. And so that's channel 1. Dynamic mic, condenser. Do a condenser mic. Next. Testing, testing. Check, check, check. Mic volume, mic volume. Okay. So there we go. I do not need the 48 volts. See right there's that 48 volts that I was talking about. Check, check, check. Maybe I do. Check, check, check. Testing, testing. Okay, so I did need a phantom voltage for this microphone. I didn't think I did for that one. See, that's why this thing's so awesome, because it walks you through the step by step, and I don't have to struggle. Okay, next. So we should be good. Let's go stage 2. ANXLR. I wanted to have one blue, and I wanted it to be one person. Okay. So it's channel 1. Let's go to channel 2. So channel 2 is going to be this little guy right here. Testing, testing. Testing. All right. So guys, I'm going to probably lose some audio here if I unplug that guy. So let's do this. I don't want to lose you guys. So let's plug in my second set. I've got the second one right here. So let's plug him in, turn him on. We'll balance out these two microphones right here. You can see it goes through a little boot up screen. And on this guy here, you can see how there's no green mics. That's because none of them are on. Okay, check, 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 check. So that one's on. Check, check. So you can see the second microphone popped up right there on the feed. So now I have two microphones. Testing, testing. So I'm going to hook these guys up to the new deck. Okay, let's do microphone setup. Let's do a dynamic microphone. That's for those guys. Next. Testing. Ooh, testing. Testing, testing. Check, check, check. Let's do listen and set for me. Testing, 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 testing. Audio check, testing, testing. That's right, testing. Yes, see? It just adjusted my gain for me. That's so cool. Hold on, let me switch this guy. Okay. So I just said listen and set for me. It adjusted my gain to 28 dB. So these guys are now set up for number 2. Let's go ahead and change these. Do red. Do the multiple people. Here we go. So just that easy. I set up 2 of my mics. Well, 3 of my mics technically. So now what I've got to do is I've got to pull the audio off this guy. As soon as I disconnect the USB-C, you guys are going to lose your audio. So now I'm kind of at an impasse of what to do. So anyway, some of the cool features right here is a record. I don't know if I can get this guy any closer. Okay, so the top button right here is home. That will take me back to my home screen right here. And look at this, I can adjust my faders live. So if these 2 little portable microphones right here are coming in too loud, I can adjust this fader down a little bit and you can see my levels. But if I got some people that are really, really loud and these guys are talking too much, just cut it down a little bit. my main microphone over here, which is this guy. Testing, testing, check, check, check. So this guy here, I can adjust its fader. Nice. And if some people are being annoying and I want to like mute them, you can mute them right here live. And also, you can mute this channel for your headphones, which is pretty cool. I'll have to play with those later. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Auto mix. This button right here, although you can't read it, it says auto mix. It does some really cool stuff. So auto mix is when I don't have to be goofing around with these faders, right? Like you can set them like right here and just forget them. Because on auto mix, if somebody's talking, like I can set this microphone to be the priority microphone. And if I'm talking on this channel, it'll bring all the other ones down because the host, you don't want anybody talking over the host, right? So you can set priorities like priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. That's a cool thing too. Let's see, hold on guys. Hello from Florida. Power J 2001. Power J, are you going to be at the MD Expo coming up? Because I hope you are. MD Expo in October. I'm looking to be there. It's one of the reasons why I'm setting up this audio gear so that everything's ready. Yeah, I was louder before. Well, I apologize for that. Okay, let's see. I've got these. I got to set this one up. And the only way for me to continue to set these up, unfortunately, is to drop this feed, which would be my live stream. That's the only way to do it. Because in other words, you guys are going to get some massive feedback. Well, what can I say? It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be very fun. So as this channel has grown, I have gotten a lot more support from companies. And that's one of the reasons why I want to increase the production quality and the quality of my studio, is because I believe in giving people their money's worth. So if companies want to support me and they want to do like live streams, they want to talk about their products, they want to give me the latest lowdown on med technology, we're going to do it. And that's why I have all this gear here set up, is so that, you know, when the time comes, we can do it. So if you guys are going to be in the upcoming, well, okay, so there's 2 places I'm going to be coming up soon. One of them is going to be Minnesota, Duluth. I'm going to be up there for the Northern Midwest Biomed Society. So I'm going to be speaking at that event. That's going to be really cool. And also MD Expo coming up in a month, something like that, a month and a half. So if you guys are going to be in Florida, I hope that I'll see you guys there. It's going to be really good. And I will be definitely doing my best to have all this stuff figured out by the time the whole Florida thing happens. But anyway, guys, I'm going to sit here and monkey with this because I imagine that there's going to be some chaos in the next couple minutes. I have monitoring speakers up here, and then I've got my computer, and I'm running a lot of my audio into the computer, and then the computer is monitoring up here, and I don't know if I should do that. We're going to find out. So I don't want to put you guys through that because you're going to get a lot of echo, probably some dropped audio until like it picks this guy up as a sound card. Just yeah, it just is what it is. PC is working good. There's a newer version of the chipset driver out. You know, there probably is, because this is a it's a X570S, I think, is the chipset on this guy. So there might be a newer driver out, but no, I just want to be able to mix in multiple microphones and be able to control them very easily. Oh, it's going to make my life so much better. And, you know, I don't know how you guys feel. What if we did like a call-in type of show? Because I want to bring on experts, people that are really good in their field, and I want you guys to be able to call in and like ask your question live, or your comments or whatever. Let's do it live on the air, and I'd like to do it one day a week. So Friday, Monday, something like that. I haven't figured it out, but based on what you guys really want, that's what we'll do. But if you guys only knew how many hours throughout my week I spend answering questions and helping people out with problems, whereas if we did one broadcast, I can get experts like many of you guys to tune in and maybe help out some of these other people, either domestically or, on the other side of the world. People have problems with their medical equipment, right? Maybe not even medical equipment. Maybe you're trying to fix your car stereo or something, and you've got some questions, all right? There's some really smart people that have signed into my videos, and I would love to be able to utilize some of you guys' talent, okay? But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to turn these lights back on. I'm going to monkey with this guy and try and get it set up. But that is the switch from the Monod audio mixer to this guy. It's quite the step up, and deservingly so, because I have missed out on some good opportunities, and it's time to do this for real. This is a real business now, guys, and it's starting to generate some real revenue, okay? Catherine says, I like the Fluke Power Pen. I'll order one. Let's see, which one do I have here? I know I have a couple of them. So yeah, the one that I use here, you can see the range right up there. It says right here in the gray. It's the 20 to 90 volt AC version. And this is the one that I use because I just want to be near stuff, not putting it right on the wire. I don't need that, right? Because I'm just, you guys seen in one of my videos how I can use this very quickly to figure out if I have power or not. I can go very quickly. So when you're troubleshooting any AC circuit, this is the tool to have. A multimeter is not the tool to have, because you want to know, is it hot or is it not, right? Like back in the day, you guys remember that website, Hot or Not? That's what your pen's gonna do for you, all right? So you just turn that bad boy on, it starts blinking. You can put it down near a source, just proximal, and it will pick it up, and that is a beautiful thing, all right? There are different versions, Catherine. This one's 20 to 90 volts AC. There's other ones which are like 120 volt versions, and I think there's 220 volt versions. But this one technically picks them all up. So 20 volts AC is also for low voltage AC. So sometimes, you got some other cables that are running low voltage AC through them. I want to be able to find that, right? So this is a cool little guy. Definitely a favorite of mine. And you can see I've got drawers full of like test equipment and stuff over here. So I've got a new meter coming in tomorrow. Ooh, I can't wait to show you guys. I have to think about that because I've got a video I haven't released yet showing high potential testing. You guys know what high pot testing is by chance? So it's when you purposely induce a high voltage into a conductor to see if it leaks over to other conductors. And right up there, I used my static electricity generator, and I did it, and it worked surprisingly well. So I definitely found that I had some bad components. So as a generator guy, yeah, generators, if you're working on motors. So I've got a resistance meter / high voltage tester coming in. It's not the most expensive. Matter of fact, it's definitely one of the most inexpensive. I think I paid $59 for it. And we're gonna see, maybe it's a piece of garbage. Maybe it doesn't work at all, and maybe I end up shipping it back. Or maybe it really works. I mean, because if I can induce between 100 volts all the way up to, I think, 5 kilovolts, it does, 5 kilovolts. And it's a battery powered tester, so we're gonna see how well that works. But I've got some coils to test out because I've got some leakage. If you have intermittent failures, a Megger or a what the hell would you call it? A high pot tester is essential. If you're starting to get like motor noise or something from a device you normally didn't have, you can use like a Megger to figure it out. If you've got transformers, like even on power supplies, if you have a transformer that you think is bad, you can remove it from the circuit. You can hook up your Megger or your high pot tester, and you can run it, and you can see if your primaries are leaking to your secondaries. There's some really cool stuff that you can do with it. I'm kind of excited. So, at $59, even if it works in one function alone, it's going to work for me, because I would rather have a digital meter that shows me my leakage point than a high voltage generator that shocks me, because it does. It's static electricity. I mean, it shocks the hell out of you. So, but it still works. I mean, generating like 10 kilovolts, something like that. I mean, maybe more, 20 kilovolts maybe with static electricity. But anyway, guys, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Tomorrow I've got some interesting things I might tear down. So if I can get this audio console set up, I've got a household robot, like, you know, one of those robot vacuums. That little bastard, it's just not doing its job. And I'm probably gonna sacrifice it to the internet gods. We're gonna pull it apart and take a look and see what is going on, why it might be failing, and you know, maybe turn it into something else. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who knows, guys? But I've got to get my studio back, because I took everything down to fly out to Atlanta, and now I've got to put like all my audio cables back up, and my microphones. I had to unbox all my microphones. I keep them all in these little to-go kits like this, so I can pack this whole entire system up. I ordered the wrong one. 90 volts to 1,000 volts. 90 to 1,000 will do almost the same thing, man. So don't worry about that. Yeah, it's 90. I mean, because you guys are working on 220 volt down there in South America, Colombia. So you should be anyway. So if most of your utility is 220 volt, it's gonna work perfectly. Okay, no problem. Anyway, if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to close this one out so I can unplug my mic. And I'll never have a vacuum robot. Well, vacuum robots, the amount of technology that's inside them is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You have 120 volts in Colombia? Get the hell out. Are you serious? I thought for sure you guys were on the 220 volt system. Like most of the world's on 220 volt. 120 volts actually a bigger liability than 220 volts. You know, 120 volts, you're going to pull more current equals more heat. It's just, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think Colombia was set up like that. That just goes to show you the American influence on Colombia. It's true. You know what it is? It's probably all those drug dealers came up here to the Americas in the 70s and 80s and bought probably a bunch of our luxury items, and they wanted to use them down there. So that's probably why you got 120 volts, is because they didn't want to use step down transformers. So that's probably what it was. From a newer Biomed. Well, thank you, man. I hope to see you in October, okay? Over at the MD Expo. I hope so. Well, if I can get this set up, then I'll give you guys a number where you guys can call me in. When I go live, like I'll post, like, call this number if you want to talk live. And then we could actually carry on a full-on conversation live, where you guys can tell me all about, like, all the ways that I'm messing up in life. People doing emails, why not do it over like, you know, a sound, right? But anyway, guys, You all have a wonderful night, and hopefully I can get this thing set up in the next hour or so. Tomorrow's a new day, right? It's gonna be a good day. All right, guys.